All right, so we're going to talk about gene therapy today. And if you want to follow along, you can read on page 130. You are going to need to get there. One of the things about gene therapy is this is our, let me start by saying this is our ethics section at the end of each chapter. So this is still something people are kind of up in the air about, like, hey, is it okay? Is it something that we should be doing? Should we not do it? It's just kind of one of those things, again, like we discuss in each chapter. There may be pros and cons to both, and we always have to weigh it using scripture and then using wisdom and knowledge that God has given us. So when we talk about gene therapy, basically what's going on is when you think of a virus, when I think of a virus, typically what we think of is something that's bad, and rightfully so, because they are. But the hope of gene therapy is, okay, what if though we could make these viruses into something good? What if we could inject these disease-causing agents with good DNA and reverse what's going on in this mutated gene, okay? That's the hope of gene therapy. That's what they're trying to do. However, it's just not something that they've been able, with safety concerns, that they've been able to 100% say, hey, this is safe, this works. Just hasn't, it's not there yet, okay? So when they do this, and again, if you're on page 130, because a lot of diseases are caused by mutated genes, what they're hoping to do with these viruses is, instead of allowing a virus, because what a virus normally does is it needs a host cell, is it would inject its own DNA into this cell or the gene, okay? But what gene therapy is hoping to do is that instead of having the virus inject its own DNA, well, why don't we have DNA that can fix this mutated gene? Why don't we genetically engineer and modify the DNA inside of this virus to inject it into the gene? And it sounds great, but just because, again, it hasn't been 100% proven to work or that it's safe, there's just a lot of different things that they can't do with it yet, okay? There's still a lot in the making and in the research of it. But it's not as simple as it sounds, because these genes are running throughout your body. The virus, I mean, what happens if the virus affects this cell instead of the one that needed the treatment? See what I'm saying? There's a lot that could go wrong. There's just a lot more that they need to figure out. So what I want you to do is, again, on page 130, I want you to answer questions 7 through 10. Okay, answer questions 7 through 10. Please answer them in complete sentences. Label them 7. Here's 8, 9, 10, just so I can see how you've answered this, okay?